Almost like a greenhouse in here with the glass. It's nicely shot.
No, it feels really... It's giving you a false sense.
It is. So, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, obviously we've set the scene before we got in the car.
Yeah.
Controls lesson for that particular PST. We're going to set it up so that I don't know anything. And make it really difficult, so that I've got to get all the detail from you, and then if that's becoming a struggle, then we'll review and things. So if I feel like you're struggling, I'll maybe flag it up and pop out a roll, or if you feel like you're struggling, just pop out a roll.
Yeah.
But we'll play it as that role, as though I arrived on the planet this morning, and I've never seen the inside of a car before. We'll keep your name as Bob. Just keep things simple. Obviously, I've organised lessons with your school, and they've organised for you to come along and teach me the controls of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Right, good afternoon, Bob. My name's Darren.
Good afternoon, Darren.
I'm going to be instructor from now on.
All right, okay.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Feel free to call me Darren.
Okay.
Are you all right me calling you Bob?
Yeah, that's no bother at all.
Yeah. Why are you learning to drive, Bob?
Well, it's just for the freedom of it, isn't it? It's like... need to get about the place, and having a licence will make life.
Yeah, not going on buses and getting taxis and stuff like that.
Waiting for lifts and that kind of stuff.
Have you had any experience with driving at all?
No, not really.
Have you driven like a kart when you were younger? Have you been in like a go-kart or like that? No. Driven a motorbike?
No.
You must have driven a push bike.
No, do you know I haven't?
You haven't driven a push bike?
No. I always thought about it, but never really got round to it.
Yeah. Well, just before we start, Bob, I'm just let you know that no matter what happens, can you just come out of roll there? Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I'm just checking the time. Sorry. Back in roll.
Just before we go into any detail about what we're going to do, Bob, today, I just want to let you know that no matter what happens, we're going to be safe.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got dual controls. If you look down here, look, I've got these controls. I've got a brake and a clutch.
Oh.
So no matter what happens, you'll be safe. If an incident happens at road.
So how do they work?
Well,
it's moving that one.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just so if we have an incident on road. Have you been out with anybody in family in car? You must have been out with somebody in passing.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen bad driving while you've been out? People braking sharp and pop it on and stuff like that?
Not really took much notice, to be fair.
Well, no matter what happens, I've got your back, so we won't get in any dangerous situations.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Another thing is, I might have to, in certain situations, I might have to grab out the steering wheel.
All right, okay.
So if you still see me go over like that to grab out the steering wheel, you'll just let go with your hands.
All right.
Because if you've got two hands on there, and I'm trying to fight you, I won't be able to steer. So I'll just come off, and then if out like that does happen, we'll have a talk about it.
All right, okay.
Have a talk about it.
All right, yeah.
Right then, Bob. So before we actually can start driving, we've got to do a series of checks to make sure that it's safe to start car, and make sure that you're comfortable.
All right, okay.
So when you first get in car like we have done now, what do you think might be the first thing you might do?
I'm not sure.
Have you heard of a saying called a cockpit drill?
Isn't that what like pilots do?
Yeah, it's similar, but you do it with your car. It's just a certain amount of checks to make sure you can operate all controls, and you're set before you can drive.
All right, okay.
So first thing you do when you get in a car is make sure doors are shut.
All right.
So how do you think? How are you going to know in your mind if these doors are shut?
I don't know. Just like make sure I pull it hard.
Yeah. If you look, if you look in that mirror there, can you see that door's not shut? You see what goes across here. Can you see how it's broken?
Yeah.
When you shut it, look, it's in line.
All right.
Yeah. And in certain cars, if doors are not shut, there'll be a light what will come on at the dashboard, but we'll talk about that later on.
All right, okay.
Some cars have it, some don't.
All right, okay. Does that work the same this side?
Yeah, same that side as well.
Oh, yeah, I can see. So it is shut. All right, okay.
Have you got any idea what my next thing might be?
No.
Now, your seat. What we've got to do is we've got to adjust the seat so you can operate them pedals down there.
Right.
So if you just want, there's a lever underneath at front, right hand side I think.
Oh.
Yeah. If you just slide your seat forward and shove this left hand pedal here, down with your left foot.
That's hard to do, that.
Yeah. Well, just grab on at steering wheel with one hand and just pull.
Oh, that's
yourself.
easy.
Yeah. What you want to do is shove that left-hand pedal down there, right, all the way to floor, and just have a slight bend in that knee, just so you're comfortable. Yeah. Yeah. Once you're in position now, shove. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you shove it all the way down? You're not stretching for it or reaching for it, are you?
No, don't think so.
Yeah. So are you happy with that, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, also, the seat adjusts, the back adjusts like that.
Alright.
So if you put your hands around steering wheel, just move your hands around steering wheel like that so you can...
Yeah.
Does that feel comfortable? Do you feel like you're stretching there?
No.
Feel like comfortable? You're not stretching, you're not cooped up?
Feel a bit close.
Bit close. Well, there's a little knob on the side of this seat. Right hand side. You'll see it on the side of the seat. If you turn it backwards, the seat will go back a little bit.
Alright.
See? How does that feel?
Oh, that's better.
So
Yeah, that's alright, yeah.
Yeah. And the last bit is this. Do you know what this is for?
That's the headrest, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think it's for?
It's for resting your head on.
No. Think. Yeah, if you're tired. No, it's to prevent whiplash.
Oh.
Yeah, if a car runs into back here,
Right.
you don't want to be going like that because you'll end up getting whiplash.
Oh.
So what you want to do is you want to adjust it so the thickest part of it is about in line with top of your ears.
Cannot really see that from here.
Well, if you go like that and then just put your finger at top of your ear and then go onto the side of it.
Alright. Well, does that need to be up a bit?
Yeah, but I don't think that'll adjust anymore. That's about maximum it'll go.
Oh, yeah.
It's not bad. You just
So that's alright, is it?
yeah. When you go like
Okay.
that with your head, you don't want it going like that, and you don't want it going like that. You just want it just so your head to keep straight.
Alright, okay.
Does that feel all right?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think might be next thing?
I don't know. Not sure.
Mirrors.
Alright.
We've got interior mirror, left-hand door mirror, right-hand door mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why we have mirrors in a car?
Let's let you see behind.
Yeah, it's just so we can gather as much information behind what's
right.
happening, so we're safe. Do you know what type of glass is in this mirror?
No.
That's flat glass.
Alright.
So what happens? It's just like a mirror at home. Whatever you see in there, that's a true interpretation of what you're looking at.
Alright, okay.
Whereas the ones in these exterior mirrors are convex. Have you ever heard of convex mirror?
No.
They're slightly bowed.
Alright.
Do you know why that is?
No.
So you can get a wider field of vision.
Oh,
So when
right.
you're looking them, you can see more to right hand side.
Oh, that's
it's a
handy, I
bowed.
suppose, yeah.
But the only downside is when you're looking, and because it's bowed, cars look smaller than what they actually are, so they look further away. So when you actually look, you get a wider field of vision, but the car looks smaller at the back.
Oh. Right.
So as you look in that mirror now,
Yeah.
what can you see through that mirror?
I can see like the wall and the window behind.
Yeah, can you see any of the car?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Which part of the mirror are you seeing that bit of car?
It's like at this end.
Yeah. And what about this one?
Well, it's at that end.
Yeah, in that side there.
Yeah.
So that's the view what you want to look when you look in these mirrors. You want a little bit of car, like you just said, and then all the way back down the road.
Like that line where you told me with the doors, it's
about level with that.
yeah.
So are you happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What do you think next thing might be after that? You've got your doors. You've done your seat.
Right. So we're just checking that we've got them.
Just come out of roll there, Bob, for a minute.
Okay.
Check that that we've got.
The mirrors.
I know I'm going to jump to the seatbelt then, aren't I?
Back and roll.
So we've talked about that with mirrors are for gathering information behind. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I can see those ones are smart. I can see behind with them, yeah.
So thinking ahead about 3 or 4 lessons time when we actually do get driving.
Mm-hmm.
If we're turning left, what mirrors do you think we'll use if we're turning left?
With that one.
Yeah, with that one. And then
Well,
that
this one.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see much in that one.
Well, that's because I haven't told you how to set it.
All right.
When you look in this mirror, Bob,
Mm-hmm.
you want to see as much out of that back window as possible. So if you just grab it with your hand like that and just adjust it so you can see the back window in all of that mirror.
All right.
Just make sure you don't touch the glass because you put.
Oh,
see
yeah.
how you put that?
So like,
Yeah, I've got this pen that'll clean it off.
oh, magic. So
Just-
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So you adjust it so you can see all that back window.
Oh, I can see behind now. Yeah.
mirror. Are you happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah. I can see all the window.
Yeah. So going back on what I said then, if 3 or 4 lessons time when we get out moving on road, and I say we're going to turn left, which ones do you think we'll check?
It'll be that one and that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we're turning right, which ones do you think it'll be?
Maybe that one and that one.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a part what these mirrors don't cover when you're driving. It's called the blind spot. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I wasn't sure what it was though.
Have you got any idea where it is?
No, is it behind it?
No. It's. Do you want me to get out and show you?
If you like.
Yeah. Just press your foot down on that left pedal, and I'll just put that in neutral for you. I'll have to talk about that later on.
All right.
Don't worry, I'm just going to go out and show where the blind spot is.
All right.
Can you see me now in that mirror, Bob?
Yeah.
You see me now?
Yeah.
Can you see me now?
No.
Look round.
All right.
That's the blind spot.
Oh. Okay. It's not very far away, is it?
It's not as far away as you think. A lot of people say, oh, turn around and look right through this back window, and it's over there.
All right.
So can you imagine if we were setting off at the side of a road now in an estate, and there was a guy in his driveway reversing out in that blind spot, and you didn't look?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are you alright with that, yeah?
Yeah.
So what's the next thing, do you think?
I'm not sure.
Seatbelt, this thing. You're saying that you've never put one on before?
Yeah, I've put a seatbelt on before. Yeah.
Go on then, put one on, see it. So it's that side here.
We used to be on that side.
Just make sure that it ain't twisted, Bob, that it lays flat across your body. See how it's twisted there?
Oh.
You're going to have to take it out and just make sure it's flat across.
Like that.
Yeah. How does that feel?
All right, I think.
It's
Not working.
Just give it a quick. See how it locks there.
All right.
Yeah. The seatbelt will work when we're eventually driving down that road, and if we've got to brake sharp, really sharp. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen to your body when you brake sharp?
I'll go forward.
Yeah, you're going to go like that, aren't you? So
Yeah.
this is what. If you just pull it again. That's what. That's
all right. Okay.
That's how much force is going to go on that seatbelt,
Okay.
and the locking position. Are you comfortable? Is it comfortable across your
Yeah,
shoulder?
yeah, I
Because
think
you
so,
can
yeah.
adjust it.
Can you?
You can adjust it there, up and down.
Oh.
If you pull that and then lift it up and down, so it can cut it into your neck.
Yeah, I like that better. That's all right. Yeah.
Are you alright with that? Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah.
So if you just run through, if you'll just tell me what I've just said to you, can you remember what sequence we just did that in?
It was doors,
Doors,
then seat,
seat, yeah,
the mirrors.
steering,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
yeah,
bottom and the steering. So that's like the back. Then the top
Yeah.
bit.
yeah,
Then the mirrors,
and then seat belt.
and then the seatbelt. Yeah.
Sometimes you might not get it in that order.
All right.
You might put your seatbelt on before you check your mirrors. But the golden rule is to make sure that you adjust your seat before you do your mirrors. You don't want to be adjusting your seat and getting comfortable, and then adjusting your mirrors and then moving your seat again.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you'll have to
do
move
it again.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
you'll
Yeah.
have to
Okay.
move
Yeah.
the mirrors. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Right then, we'll go on to foot controls. Have you got any idea what they are? Have you seen them in any movies or like that? What you've seen? What do you think right pedals for?
I don't know.
Accelerator. Have you heard of accelerator?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any idea what it does?
No.
It increases speed at car
Oh,
and
right.
fuel into engine.
Right.
Do you know what foot we operate it with?
No.
Right foot. So if you just give it a press with your right foot. Now that's your left with your right
Is it?
foot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get them mixed up sometimes.
Just squeeze it. When we eventually start using it, you'll be squeezing it nice and steady. It's really fragile.
All right.
Which we'll talk about that when we get to start the engine and that.
All right.
Yeah, and that's operated with your right foot.
Yeah.
Because it's a long word, accelerator, we'll call it gas.
Oh,
It's
right.
easier to just mention gas than accelerator.
Oh, okay.
Have you got any idea what middle pedal is?
No.
Brake.
All right.
Which foot do you think we operate that one with?
I'm not sure.
Right foot.
All right.
What does brake do you know?
Does it slow you down?
Yeah, it slows car down, yeah.
All right.
And how do you think we might operate brake? Do you think we'll
With my foot?
do you think we'll jump on it really hard, or do you think you'll squeeze it and use it steady
I'm not sure.
in normal driving? Yeah, what we'll do is we operate it when we press the brake, we slowly increase pressure. As cars
Alright.
as cars slowing down, we just increase it nice and steady and squeeze it.
Oh,
Because what do you think could happen if you just say we're driving that road and you just jump on it really quick? What do you think will happen?
well, the brakes come on a lot.
Yeah, it'll stop you dead.
All right.
So we operate that nice and steady and squeeze it.
Oh.
It also gives a signal as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what signal it gives?
No.
Have you seen brake lights at the back of a car? You know when you've been out driving in somebody's
right.
car?
Oh, so you don't have to turn them on, they come on automatic?
Yeah, they come out. As soon as you press that brake,
Oh.
it'll come on at back.
Oh,
Do you know
okay.
why that is? Why do we have brake lights? For signal.
I suppose it lets people know you're slowing down.
As people know, because if you didn't have them, they'd run it back at you.
Ah. They have to use the brake a lot.
Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So which foot did you say again?
Right. So, gas pedal operate with your right foot.
Yeah.
Brakes operate with your right.
Yeah. Can I have a go of it?
Yeah. With your right foot. See how you're doing it with your left?
I get them mixed up.
You'll
all the
be
time.
alright, don't worry about it. Well, probably a lot of people do. Just operate your right foot then, just give it a squeeze. See how it's quite
Oh,
it's
yeah.
quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
The other one isn't, is it?
No. Are you happy with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Pedal at left, have you got any idea what that is?
No.
It's called clutch pedal.
All right.
Which foot do you think we operate that with? You've already done it once.
Oh, yeah, but is it the right foot?
Left. You
Oh,
put
I
it with
get
your
them
left
mixed
foot.
up. I get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Can I have a go?
Yeah, have press with your left foot.
Right.
Remember, accelerator and brakes with your right foot, and clutches with your left.
Oh, okay.
Sonic
yeah.
pedal, what you operate with your left foot.
Right.
Now, I'm guessing that you probably don't know what a clutch is. Now,
No.
the clutch, that's the link between your engine and your gearbox, which we'll talk about a bit later on.
Okay.
And what we use a clutch for is when we're changing gear, moving off or stopping.
Right.
And it's a bit complicated. When you start talking about it a lot, it just seems to get complicated. What it is in simple, I've got this diagram, but I'll try to do it simple first.
Okay.
What clutch is just made of two plates like that.
Yeah.
This plate is connected to engine, which is under bonnet. And the other one is connected to to gearbox.
All right.
So when you put your foot down in the clutch like we did early on,
Yeah.
there's two plates. When you put your foot down, they open up like that, and it enables you to change gear.
Oh.
When you fetch that clutch up, these two plates come back together like that.
Yeah.
Now if we operate it nice and smooth coming back up, these plates will come together like that and very nice and steady, and they'll touch, and then power. Then you get the power to the engine then, and you can move away.
Okay.
What do you think could happen if you fetch your clutch up really fast with them two plates? Have you got any idea?
Would it make a bang?
Yeah. They come together like that.
Yeah.
The car would start juddering. I don't know if you've seen that while you've been out with anybody. Can I just come out of roll, Bob?
Go on.
I can't see out. Just keep steaming up.
Put a bit of demist on. Back and roll.
Oh, you can leave engine running. Yeah.
until we come to the time to start, and I'll turn it back off and turn it back on. Back and roll.
So, I know it sounds complicated, that, Bob, but it'll become... It sounds complicated when we're talking about it, but when you actually will get a few lessons, 2 or 3 lessons, it'll be coming to you.
Oh, okay.
It'll be second nature. It's just an awkward piece of machinery. Really, in your head, you don't really want to know it. All you want to know about is how to operate it.
Oh, okay.
When these 2 plates come together, when you fetch your clutch up and these 2 plates come together like it does here, it's called the biting point. As soon as them plates touch,
Yeah.
it's called the biting point, and that's at the point where the engine is linked to the gearbox and it's just about to put the power to the road.
Right.
And at that point, the car will actually hold still until you fetch the clutch up a bit more, and then the power will drive the car forward.
Oh, yeah,
I know it
okay.
sounds complicated, but we'll get there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are you alright with that?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to explain it to me again later, you said?
Yeah, we'll explain
Oh,
it again later. Have you got any idea what this is?
Well, I think I might know that one. Is that the handbrake?
Yeah, that's the handbrake.
Yeah.
When do you think we might use that? Or why do you think we have an handbrake on a car?
I'm not sure, because we've got a foot
Yeah.
brake, haven't we?
Yeah. It's when car's stationary.
Oh.
If you ever come to a stop and you're turning off engine, you put your handbrake on.
Oh.
Or if you're coming up to, say, a junction, which we'll do later on, if we've stood for any length of time, you put your handbrake on.
Okay.
Do you know what wheels it operates on?
No.
It operates on back wheels.
Oh.
It operates on the back. So if you're driving along, it's not a very good idea if you're saying doing 30 mile an hour to put that on. Because what do you think will happen if you put that on at 30 mile an hour?
Would you stop?
Yeah, back end would slide around.
Would it? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it'd be really dangerous. So you only put this handbrake on when you stood.
All right. Okay.
So do you want to turn the engine off a minute, Bob? Do you want to have a go at operating that?
Yeah,
I'll make
can
sure your car's safe with brake.
I? All right. So,
So if you lift it up and press the button at the same time, and then keep your finger on button, and then lower it down, keep your finger up button, push button in again, and then lift it up. Now lift it up again and push button in at the same time.
Yeah.
That's it. Lower it down. Like, keep your finger press that button,
yeah.
and lift it up, but keep your finger on. That's it. Just let go. And that's it. Are you happy with that, or do you want another go?
Come with a go.
Yeah, go on then.
So, do that. So I watch other people do that. They do that.
Yeah, in your manual, it says that's how to do it because it's got a ratchet. Click, click, click. But what most people do is they'll press the button in because they think that is wearing ratchet away.
All right.
So you better off press it button in. So
So you want me to do it like that?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Are you alright with that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How hard do you have to pull it on?
Just so you feel pressure.
Oh, okay.
Just try it again then. That's it. And then just pull it up till you get to.
So just like,
Yeah. So as soon as you get pressure, just release it. That's it.
is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Have you got any idea what this is?
No.
It's
Is that the gears? Gears.
Yeah, that's the
All
gears.
right. Okay.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward gears,
Right.
and you've got 1 reverse, which we'll talk about later on. Now, when we use gears, we've got to use clutch. You know, like we talked about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Clutch
You
with
said
changing
before,
gear,
yeah.
moving off. Always got to use clutch when we're changing gear.
Hmm.
So, if you just want to have a go at moving these gears about,
So do I?
yeah. So you'll have to put your foot down with your left. Use your left foot.
Oh, sorry.
You see, you've got first. So just put it slightly towards me. First. That's it. Back to second. Have you got your foot down all the way on clutch?
Yeah.
Just put it back into neutral. Just slightly move it towards me. Make sure your palm's towards me.
What was it?
Yeah, like that.
There.
Yeah, so that's it. That's first. Then straight back to second.
I want to go in.
Just out of roll a minute, Bob. This is the bit where I've come a bit unstuck here because I keep. Is that gone in reverse?
It has. Back and roll.
So if you put your hand, you've got your clutch down.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah.
If you just move the gear lever forward to first, you see that hand gone in as it gone into third. Just come out of roll there, Bob.
Okay.
It's weird at this side. I'm looking at that gear lever and I'm thinking it.
Little tip. Every car, everywhere in the world, in neutral, if you let go of it, it lands in front of third gear.
Yeah.
So here, I've got it into reverse because I've lifted the button. Without that button lifted, that is.
You know what? I
first.
didn't even see that. Oh yeah. I'm thinking it's round here.
Perhaps a bit sneaky, perhaps.
Yeah.
So of course I've done it like that, and then when you've said move your palm that way, I've done it like that,
And lifted it up. Yeah.
and just that's possibly a bit straight. I'm not sure a real live learner would do that, but
They could do though, couldn't they? And then
it's
I'd be
possible.
thinking,
It does
what's
happen by
happening?
accident.
Yeah.
So everywhere in the world, that crossing between between third and fourth, that's where it is.
Yeah.
So slightly left for first, right for fifth. So if you're stuck, you're not sure what gear you're in, from any position, back to neutral and relax your grip, it's in front of third gear now.
Yeah.
Back and roll.
Right then, Bob, you like to put your foot down, not clutch with your left
Yeah.
foot. You like to put it into first gear, but just make sure you don't. There's a little button under there. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Just press it up. Can you see it? Just
Yeah.
that's for reverse. So we'd make sure that we don't want to pull that up.
All right.
So if you just put your palm towards me and just move it slightly to left and then forward, that's first.
All right.
Then straight back for second. Now straight back. You see how you pulled it towards you?
Well, did it? Oh.
Yeah, go back into neutral. That's it. Neutral's this where
Yeah.
it's not really in any gear. So if you
All right.
put it into first again,
So it's like
yeah,
not with a thing, but like that. Yeah.
and then straight back. Put pressure towards me and straight back. That's second.
All right.
And then when you go into third, put your palm towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just
Oh.
yeah,
It's
and
gone
then
over
it'll-
on its own.
Yeah, and then it'll spring in. Just make sure you grab hold at gear
Oh.
lever, and then straight back again into fourth.
Yeah.
You want to try going into fourth to second. Which way do you think you'll have your palm?
Is it that way?
Yeah, so you shove it forward and back, across and then down. You want
Right.
to try going into third. Again from second, back to fourth. And then into fifth, which is forward and top corner. That's it. And then you want to put it back into neutral. Just give it a waggle about. That's how you know you're in neutral. That means there's no gear selected at all.
All right. Okay.
So when we actually start driving, we come to a stop, you put your handbrake on like we said when we stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll just make sure it's in neutral.
Oh, okay.
Have you got an idea why we have gears?
Well, obviously reverse is to go backwards, isn't it?
Yeah. We have gears to match speed at car.
Oh.
So when we first set off, we nearly always use first. And then as you set off and your speed increases in car, you'll change up a gear to match your speed. So
Alright.
I always remember saying gears are for go and brakes are for slow.
Okay. Yeah.
Which do you think's most powerfulest gear on a car? Do you think?
Is it 5?
No, it's 1.
Oh.
That's got the most power because you need to get this. All it is just a lump of nuts and bolts. It's just a big metal, just big piece of metal, and you just need a lot of power to get it going. But once you
Right.
get it going, and speed increases, you change up a gear. You have more speed but less power because car's
right.
actually running.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Are you alright with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, indicators. Have you got any idea what indicators are? Why do we have them on a car? Have you seen them? Have you been driving with other people?
No, I've not seen people use them.
Have you seen people put indicators on when you're in the passenger side?
Not very many people, no.
No. Well, on this car they're at this side here. Do you know why we have indicators? Why do we have them on a car?
Don't know.
What would the benefit of signalling? You don't know?
Is it? Well, I suppose it lets people know what you're doing.
Yeah, lets the people at back know where you're going. So if you're turning left, and you've done your mirror checks, like we said before, with that mirror and that mirror for going left, if we signal. If you'd like to just make sure handbrake's on and it's in neutral.
Yeah.
If we just turn ignition, I know we ain't got that far yet, but I just want to show you indicators. So you know where your key is at side?
Yeah.
Key and ignition.
Yeah.
If you turn it once forward, See how you turned it? It goes up in stage. It's like 1, 2.
Oh.
Yeah. Just turn it off again. I'll be back to you.
Oh, there's a few clicks there.
Yeah, if you just turn it slowly, just once till you hear it click.
Yeah.
And then turn it again. But yeah, just hold it there. Which way do you think we need to move this indicator for left? I'll just put your hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And just stretch your finger out. And just on there, your middle finger on top. So grab it at the steering wheel. And just let this finger go. And just on top and just press it down.
Oh, it doesn't go the way the arrow goes?
No.
Oh.
That's it. And you'll see indicator flashing there.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it clicking.
Yeah. And for turning right, if you shove it up from bottom and then just shove it up with your finger. Go and press it. Do it again, yeah. Got to keep it on. That's it. And that just lets people know where you're going at back.
Alright. Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you just knock that down just a little bit, it'll cancel it.
Alright.
And with indicators as well, there's a thing what we call hazard warning lights. If we get into any trouble or we break down outside the road, that's what this button's for.
Is that like for parking at the paper shop?
No. A lot of people do that and you'll see them, but it's wrong.
Oh.
The only time you can use hazards if you broke down outside a road or you're warning somebody on a motorway, which we won't get to doing that because we don't drive on a motorway. So all you do is just press that button. So if you press that button there, you'll see both lights flash. So all your lights are flashing all over then. So it tells people that you broke down, causing obstruction.
Right.
So if you press it again, you cancel it. When before we actually start the vehicle, which you did then because you turned it too many times, it was my fault, I should have told you in stages. Just turn ignition back, turn your key back towards you. That's it. When we start the vehicle, you've just done it. What safety checks do you think we need to do before you actually start?
Well, you said that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Handbrake and...
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, always make sure handbrake's on and it's in neutral. If you turn that key again, if you just hold it there, see all these lights what come on at dashboard?
Oh, yeah.
See how so many's gone out?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's car doing a pre-system check to make sure everything's alright.
Oh, that's clever.
Some of them are stopped on.
Yeah.
Have you got any idea by looking what they are?
No. That's like one of the bottom looks like a battery.
Yeah, that's the ignition system battery.
The yellow one looks like a helicopter.
That's the engine management light.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why are they showing a helicopter?
It just looks like an helicopter.
Oh.
It's the engine management. I'm not quite 100% familiar with this model, but I know it's engine management.
Alright.
And then you've got that red light. You got any idea what that is? It's your handbrake.
So like watch. Oh, I was going to say like watch out because it's got an exclamation mark thing on it, isn't it?
All you've got to remember is, if your lights are not on, if there's no lights lit up at all, that's all right. But if once you start your car, these lights should go out. If they don't, then you'll have a problem. There's a problem with your car.
Oh, that's clever.
So if it's an orange light what stops on, that means you've got to get in touch with garage because you've got a fault at car.
Oh. Right.
So you can drive it for a certain amount of time, but not long. And keep your speed down, but you need to sort it out fairly rapidly. Whereas if a red light comes on while you're driving, you've got to stop car straight away because that's a serious fault.
Alright, okay, that's good to know.
So if you turn ignition off, do you know what lives in here? If you press that, do you think you know what'll happen?
No.
It's on.
Oh.
There's an on it middle. If you just press it now, just give it press it middle.
Oh.
Do you know why we have an on a car?
It's for waving to your mates.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant if you could do that, yeah. Which probably a lot of people do when they pass the test.
Yeah.
But it's a warning. If you feel like you're in danger or somebody might be endangering you, it's just a warning sign to let people know that you're there.
Oh, right.
Or you might be coming later on in his lessons, if you're coming up to a sharp bend and you think, oh, there might be somebody coming the other way, we can just give a little short blast of that and it'll let them know that there's a car coming.
Okay.
Outer roll.
Okay.
You know when some
33 minutes.
33 minutes.
33 minutes.
You know when somebody doesn't know anything, it is hard. Because I feel like you're just running off at the moment. I feel as though you feel as though you've got to get every single detail in, and if you don't say it word for word perfect, you.
Well, I mean, you have to ask yourself the question: if I'm a real live bona fide learner driver who didn't know anything at all,
if you didn't know anything,
have you given me the right information?
Yeah, I've got you quite a bit. Yeah.
Have you listened to the answers I gave you?
Probably no, I missed something, but a lot of it. I could tell with your answers what you're giving. You keep you keep doing that with your left foot.
Did you spot it every time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, nearly.
Did you correct it?
All you can say, yeah, is use your right foot. But and then in my mind, I'm thinking, are you doing something what I'm not picking up?
No.
Yeah,
There's nothing I've done that you haven't picked up. You stopped me making a mess of the mirrors. The handbrake stuff. When in reverse, okay, I caught you out with that one, but that's a bit of a sneaky one.
That's that's me trying to take my learning as a driver into this teaching part, because when you went like that, I'm thinking, what's he doing? And I start thinking, well, when I drive, I just go like that. Why is it going over there?
Yours has got the collar down here, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's obvious when
That's
you've been
probably
in.
why
This
it's
one,
that.
it's not
Yeah.
obvious.
I know that's like if this had been my first lesson with a real learner, I'd have forgot about that, because I'm going to get a course about.
Yeah, but what would have happened when you came to move off and stop? Car would have gone backwards. You'd have sorted it out then. You just pop the engine on so we get the demist. So have you covered the main controls of the car? And have you covered them in sufficient detail, do you think?
Yeah, I think I've covered everything. But just that.
I think that might prove quite a useful section of video to put on our YouTube channel, because I think learners will pick up a lot from that.
But this here, that clutch, if I were a learner, I'd be thinking, I ain't got a clue what you're on about. You can make it so complicated.
You can, but you've watched me, you've guided me through it, and I've had a go at the stuff, and same with the indicators. You spotted when I was trying to pull it out.
Yeah.
Rather than, at first when you look at that, you think, what's he doing? Nobody in their right mind would do that.
But the will, if you don't know anything about.
Well, the arrow points that way. So, well, you must pull it out then. You go the other way, you must push it in. So, you've covered the main points. You'll see again as you look back at the video. And it's had a nice flow to it. And apart from me catching you out with the reverse, you've picked everything up.
These certain parts of it where you always question yourself, am I saying, is my knowledge, is it of a nice standard that I can feel proud of what I'm actually saying? And
well, how do you feel on that front?
I'm not 100% there yet, because I always think that it's that thing in your mind where you think you've got to say everything absolutely perfect.
So if you're rerunning that, if you're going to do that again right now, what would you do different, if anything? Based on the learner that you've had next to you and the level of knowledge.
No, what I do, I'd be more relaxed. I'd be more relaxed, and the more I do it, I'll get a lot better. And I'll probably change little things, because when I go home, I won't be thinking how much money I've earned. I'll be thinking, yeah, you will think that, but you'll be thinking, well, how can I make that better, because I might have messed that mirror thing up. Oh, we didn't talk. Yeah. I didn't mention that.
There's all sorts of things you can mention, but you've just got to cover the basics, haven't you, really? You don't want to be sat, I mean, I would never sit at the side of the road with a real live learner and go to that level of detail. Because how much of that are they going to remember? It's just, there's little or no point. Just deal with the points you need to deal with. On the exam, clearly, the examiner wants to examine your knowledge.
If he says he wants a full explanation, is that...
Give me.
Yeah. When we set off, and I said... At the beginning, I've got your back. That threw me a little bit, because as soon as I said, before we start driving, Bob, no matter what happens, I've got your back with these pedals. As soon as I said that, I saw you. I can feel it inside of me thinking, what's he on about? I didn't got a clue, because I've never driven before. So that threw me.
So I asked you the question that a learner would ask. How do they work then? So you put your foot in and went, right, got it.
Would you say that at the beginning, or would you wait until you talked about pedals and that?
If you ever think about it, if I'm a learner driver who's got the level of knowledge that I've displayed, I don't know much about anything, do I?
No.
So I'm probably scared witless.
Because
so the fact that you're saying, I've got your back, I'd be like, oh, thank goodness for that.
Because on one of them YouTube videos, when first lesson with Claire on Selcombe Road, that's what you mentioned, that you picked that up straight away, but Claire already knew. You could tell she already knew. As soon as you said the pedals, she just looks down and you didn't even need to ask her anything because she knows. But somebody what's never driven before.
So they would ask you the question, so how does that work then? And then, of course, you went into it and just said, well, look, if things go wrong, I'll jump into there, and then we'll just have a chat about it afterwards. Oh, okay, fair enough. Learner drivers need reassurance quite a lot of the time, and a lot more time than we think, because we assume that because we've said that once on the first lesson, they've got it stored in their head for life. They forget. So I think it's always really, really useful every time you come to something brand new, just say, and of course, don't forget, I've got your back. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness for that. But they're not going to say to you, oh, have you still got me back because I'm really nervous? They just get on with it and think that's all.
The instructor, my forklift instructor course, that question come up a lot about why do you need to put handbrake on a forklift truck when you're mainly stacking at eye level? And the answer what always comes up is if you're a learner, you want to know that forklift truck ain't going to go anywhere when you're high up there. That's why you've got handbrake on.
Right.
Once you've passed, you're supposed to, but it's probably similar.
I think we make an awful lot of assumptions, about learner drivers and that they know that everything's going to be okay and stuff. It doesn't cost you anything just to reassure them all the time. I've got your back, of course. When we get a test now, I'll expect you to do everything on your own, but while we're still learning, I'll cover you all the time. I've always got your back.
Yeah. When I asked you that question, have you been out with anybody in family and did you say no? Oh no, you said yes to that one, didn't you?
Well, you cannot really say no, can you? I mean, you cannot say I'm not. So what I said was to,
Oh, you must have been.
Well, I am, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you asked me about indicators. Do you know what they're for? No, never seen anybody use them. Because nobody indicates anymore, do they?
No.
But that was perhaps an exaggeration.
But, yeah, when you said that you'd never driven a car before, and I'm going into all this detail, a lot of time, I know you've got to. You feel as though you're a robot and you're going through every single detail. Make sure that this is right, and make sure your head's like this and that. And half the time, people don't even check that headrest. The
reality is, if I'm your standard learner driver, and you say to me, "Do you know what them pedals are?" Yeah, accelerator, brake, clutch. Everybody knows what they are. They know what they know what a handbrake is. They know what the gears are. They know what the indicators are. They know how to put a seat belt. They know how to adjust the seat. So I was clearly struggling when it came to adjusting the seat.
Yeah.
So you grab the wheel. Oh, right. Oh, that's easier. And then I further messed around by not letting go of the lever.
Yeah.
But I felt I could see you were just about to say something, so I give up on it and just let it go. So it's.
So why were you doing that with your left foot? Were you just
to annoy you?
Because you might.
I was just checking that you're watching me.
I bet there'll be somebody somewhere what drives with a left. There'll be somebody.
You're constantly get them braking with their left foot and trying to put the clutch down with the right. That happens all the time. People forget. Oh, it's just they're under pressure.
Yeah.
So stuff goes out. And some people get the left and the right mixed up all the time. Once they get used to driving, then they stop doing it, but you will find it. So the reason I'm doing that sort of stuff in roll is to just check whether you're watching me or not. Yeah. And if you do see it, what you're going to do about it. And you've corrected me each time, which is great.
I know I didn't talk about heaters and window wipers.
Well, they're ancillary, really, aren't they? So they're not necessarily part of this lesson. If you get the chance to do them, great. But, do you deal with the heater stuff, or do you? What I tend to do is I bring in, with a real live learner, I bring in what I need, or what they need. And then we develop with these, we talk about the wipers when it starts raining.
Yeah. Because it's like you're filling their head with loads of stuff.
Yeah.
I bet if you were a real live learner now, well, saying that because you're playing part of somebody what don't really know, then you're going to listen at you. But if I'd said, tell me what you know about this, and you'd have gone, oh, I know all sorts, I know, and you know everything, and I started going into much detail, you're probably thinking, what the heck's happening here?
Yeah. Now, the reality is, with a real live learner, you're not going to need anywhere near that level of detail. I think it'll provide a nice little video that people can look at, and pick up on all that detail, and some experienced drivers might pick up some stuff from it. But a real live learner is going to have a ton more knowledge than that. An examiner in roll, do you think he's going to play it the way I played it there, or do you think he's going to have some knowledge?
He's probably going to have some knowledge, and
he might. So the key
when I said how many people haven't rid a bike?
I've rode a bike.
Because that riding a bike, if somebody says they've ridden a bike, so They're going to know brake. They're going to know gears. They're going to have an idea. All
course.
it is just slightly different because you've got this piece of metal that you're operating. Because I used to say that to Gil when I first took it out and she was braking a bit sharp. And I said to her, if you're riding a bike and your mum's at gate, you're not all of a sudden just going to go bombing down and just slam on at last minute, are you? What you're going to do, it brake. Oh, I'm going to squeeze it, and then as I get closer, I'm going to squeeze it more. It's just the same with your car.
Of course it is. I think the key thing to be effective as an instructor or a facilitator of learning, call it what you will, these need to be working, and they need to be working overtime and making sure that you're gearing what you're saying and what you're doing to the needs of the person who's in this seat. If you're doing that, it'll always work for you. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm
33 minutes.
33 minutes. That was sort of like a briefing for.
Yeah, and that's you doing all the work. The reality is he's probably going to have some extra information, and you're probably going to get that done in a bit less. And you might even, if he's got a high level or not, you might even get to moving off and stopping.
Yeah. So we've done cockpit drill, foot controls and hand controls, and some auxiliary stuff. I didn't mention about an airbag, did I? But that's...
Nah, it's okay.
You can get to that with steering. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know when I said turn ignition and you turned it all away.
Yeah.
Do you think examiner would do with that if you said
might.
that? What do you say? Just it's in stages, it's in clicks.
Yeah.
I know it's a daft question to ask and it's on camera, but you know when you first turn key, is that just that first turn? No lights come on. So
it releases the steering lock.
Right. Because I thought that was pre-system check. It's the up lights. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good stuff.
So if you were a real live learner now, 30 odd minutes would be after moving off and stopping. Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the last time I didn't get to moving off and stopping in under quarter of an hour.
I know I didn't mention that bit about. Well, if you would have been a real live learner and I'd have picked you up from here, we'd have probably done. We might have done cockpit. No, I'd have drove to area probably and done cockpit drill. I didn't mention that about as you swap seats. It's safer to mount back because people can see you.
Yeah, I mean we're already in here now, so. Yeah. But that's you would do that based on where you were and what had happened up to that point. It's good. I mean, you're listening and you're adapting to what my needs are, which is good.
I know why some people find it hard listening, and I've said it loads of times. It's because I'm trying to train myself to train you. So if you're constantly thinking in your head, have I got this right, have I got that, and you're trying to do it perfection and you're saying stuff, that's why you miss out, because you're not listening, because you end up worrying about what you're saying.
Yeah. It's all about if you just try and find out what they know and then fill in the gaps in their knowledge, you'll never go far wrong. Cool.